I'm a little upset because sometimes when you Google MILF on the porno websites, the girl's like 21, and I'm like, what? Give me some wrinkles. Give me some cellulite. What is this?
Does MILF have to be actually a mother, or is it more
Has
of like
to be a mother. I want to see
vibe?
birth certificates in the captions or whatever.
See, I feel like MILF is a state of mind.
Yeah, this is my only bet. That's the only thing I'm gonna do. I have a friend. That's going.
Test. Hello. And we're live everywhere.
Hi.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello, we're good?
Bonjour, hi.
You're on too?
Okay.
Okay.
For the next 10 minutes or so.
Shit.
We'll just scream into your mics after that.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Road Dog episode of Bonne Nuit. We have two special guests with us today. We have Quinn McMorrow. Make some noise, everybody, for Quinn McMorrow.
Yes. Ooh.
And we have Mallory.
Hello.
Yay.
Hi. And we're on our way to Ottawa to do a show.
Yeah.
If we make it on time.
We make it on time, it'll be fine. If you don't, that's fine too. They'll just we're the show. They'll wait for us.
Yeah, they better.
Big shots, I guess.
We're half the show.
We're half the show, unless they get whoever.
Yeah,
Trevor,
the host is in the car and the headliner.
Trevor Thompson to fly in for a swoop
Happy
in for a
birthday,
second.
Trevor
for
Thompson.
45
it's his birthday
minutes.
today.
Yeah, if Trevor shows up, I'll be.
Hey, Lauren, can you speak louder? Because I can't
Hello.
hear you very
Hi.
well.
Hi. I'm here. I said happy birthday, Trevor. It's his birthday.
It's his
today.
Oh,
birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I saw on Facebook.
Happy 58th birthday.
No,
He's 58
48.
years
48.
old. 48.
48.
A young 48.
Great hair.
He does
Yeah.
have great hair.
Fantastic.
Truly.
I know.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys excited to
All right, check.
be in the car with us
Ottawa
for a while?
episode.
Yeah. Is this, Lauren, is this your first not live, but first podcast?
No, actually, my first one was Trevor's podcast, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Oh, Trevor's pad.
It's very, Trevor's pad, the podcast.
The podcast.
So I'm excited to be here on the Bonne Nuit podcast.
We
So
welcome you to the
thank
Bonne
you
Nuit
so
family.
much.
Yeah.
It's-
What
it truly is a
what
Bonne
is
Nuit.
what is our reputation among the people along in the world? Is there
Oh, killer.
do they hate us?
No, I've heard only great things, far and wide.
Oh yeah.
honestly. Yeah, everywhere I go, they're like, "Have you heard of Bonne Nuit? I have a mug."
What about Quinn? Have you heard anything nice?
I get a lot of, who? I get a lot of that.
Oh, that's what I was expecting. Yeah.
No, hey, come on. From time to time when I'm in the bathroom,
Yeah.
which I am a lot because I have IBS, I'll even go through some of your clips.
Don't we all?
Nice.
You
when
have
they come in on my
IBS?
feed.
Yeah, we
Well-
help. We help with the shitting. Apparently.
Exactly.
A lot of people have
exactly.
told us they like to watch our clips.
So Quinn, yeah, I remember Quinn telling me a story about his gut biome was all
Yeah.
mixed up.
Microbiome.
Yeah,
And
his
then
micro.
he fixed it.
Yeah, he fixed it.
And then I fell off the wagon again, and it's fucked again.
it's fucked again. You gotta drink a lot of water.
I know.
You gotta drink a lot of water.
That's it. It's just
And
water.
yogurt and kale, and it sucks. dude.
Kombucha.
Yeah, whatever. All that
How
stuff.
did it change? Like, okay, so before it used to be like, I'm assuming
'Cause
just
for-
constant diarrhea.
We would go back and forth.
Oh.
I never knew. It was an emotional bowel roller coaster.
Whoa.
Okay.
And then I just ate yogurt, kale, boiled eggs. Basically, no sugar, no starch, no caffeine.
Yeah, you
for
looked really
months.
good. You looked
Yeah.
all like.
Yeah, that was back then.
I remember it was like
Yeah,
the
you looked
beginning of COVID,
I know.
sorta, and like you're walking around like, "Sup, everybody?" Like,
Yeah.
like skinny hot Quinn.
Skinny
you know,
hot.
Skinny hot Quinn.
Free depression.
Quinn.
even
Yeah.
the dog looked good.
Yeah, even the dog. I know the dog's been having trouble now too.
The dog looked great.
We're
I
on
was
the
like,
same
damn,
schedule, right?
damn, Pearl, where you get that perm? Pearl.
There's food that's good for your soul and good for
Yeah.
your body, and they're not always the same.
No.
So, and how long did it take you to fix your gut biome?
About 4 months.
And what happened after? Like, what was the main change?
It was a long. Well, I just felt amazing. First of all, you feel incredible. I don't even want to talk about it because it's so hard to do, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't recommend it. You have no social life. You can't do anything. You can't have a meal with anyone.
Damn.
People try and help, and they go, "Hey, I brought some." When you go, "I can't eat that," before they say anything, because you know.
How was the shits? How were the shits after
Oh
that?
my God, I'd be in there for hours
Meditative.
because I wanted to be.
Great.
Okay.
The shits were that good?
Well, they were fantastic.
Oh, it's
I'm
awesome.
like, what am I,
Pleasure.
9 again over here? This is just in,
Wow,
out. Jeez,
that's
I
a
don't even have
good
time to
asshole.
finish my article.
Wow, interesting.
So what?
But
exactly,
enough about me.
Usually the first 10 minutes
What's
are
that?
reserved for shits. People who listen to the podcast have told us we
Really?
always open
You
for
guys
shits.
get into
We
that?
don't always, but it just happens to be
90%
always
of the time.
by accident. You know.
What's the temperature of the room on bidets? Like, are you guys for or against?
Oh!
This is
I get
Amer.
into that
Oh,
for
you
sure.
are
This is a
speaking
hot
my love
take,
language
right?
right now.
Amer spent his
Oh
whole
my God.
salary
Good
on
concept
a,
for
on
the
a
Bonne Nuit
bidet.
podcast.
I have a bidet, and it is.
You have one.
I have an
okay.
electronic bidet
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
with a remote control and a heated seat. I've talked about it on every episode of this
right.
podcast.
Lord.
It's
And we were just at your place, and you let me go to the bathroom in the alley.
yeah. Well, you're gonna use a bidet after you took a piss? What the hell did you do in the alley, bro?
Well, I just
can use a
I
bidet
would have just
anyways.
tried
Take
it.
your shit
I
in
would have
the
just tried to clean,
It's fantastic.
just see what it's like.
You sit down and there's a remote control,
Oh, for the love
and then
of
you
God.
choose how hot the water you want it to be and how
Yeah.
hot the seat you want it to be,
Yeah.
and then
Jeez.
it just goes.
Did you buy it in here over here, Amer?
I bought it online.
The sex shop.
There's a sex shop.
Yeah.
It is extremely.
Doesn't it
ticklish.
seem
a
like the way you're
little erotic.
describing it? I'm
A little bit.
aroused a little bit. Yeah.
One of my part-time boyfriends has a bidet, and he said that the first time he used it, he loved it so much that his butt like opened up and took a sip.
Oh,
Like,
his
took
butt
a
opened
sip.
up and took a sip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Hydrated from both ends.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that expression.
What-
That's a funny boyfriend. But yeah,
No,
there is
that's not your
a-
Is that what the
love
kids mean
language
by
anymore?
thirsty?
It is now. Oh no! Did you hit your head?
Did you?
that was so good. I hit my head.
Did do you feel like when someone else uses your bidet because you're so
Yeah.
like
Oh
intimate
no, no,
with it?
I'm
It
like a
doesn't-
polyamorous lover in my bidet. I watch.
good.
I remember I had like a couple of one night stands. I'm like, you gotta try my bidet. She's like, I don't
Wow.
want, my ass is clean. I'm like, no, come. And I'm
Damn.
sitting outside the bathroom, like, isn't it great? She's like, can you get away from?
It has a fan and it has
Yeah, yeah.
like
It has a
Wow.
fan to dry your
Oh my
butt.
Wow.
And it has like a feminine hygiene, like the stick goes deeper and it cleans your vajayjay.
Wow.
And it has a, like, let's say you're constipated, it has a very precise stream that you can shoot up your ass in case your ass is thirsty.
Really?
And
Sip.
it has a deodorizer, so it like deodorizes, like a carbon filter deodorizer.
Oh
So-
my
Wow.
god.
Yeah, it is. It is the most expensive
Wow. I
thing
feel like
I
you have to
in
put
my
it in an
apartment.
application
And I have
to
a
use
child.
this.
No.
That's
How
very intense.
how much is one of these bad boys?
About $800.
Oh,
Wow.
Whoa! Did you put it on like
That's
your
sad,
Amazon
dude.
wish list so it can go down in price, or
I know. I wanted it.
you're so impulsive with your purchases?
Not really.
Yeah.
When is the last time you saw me buy anything?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I had one and then it broke, and then I went back to old school cleaning. It was just like a water thing.
Okay, he uses he's like 100% Muslim. This guy, he
Yeah.
uses like a genie lamp to pour in his ass. As
I
it was
pour
so
Aladdin,
weird.
And then Aladdin get out of the lamp, and then I. Yeah, that's what
Robin
they use
Williams
in
to wipe her ass.
That's what they. That's what they use in the Muslim world.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. If there's any females who are interested in eating ass, always start with a Muslim. That's because Muslims,
Noted.
statistically
But what-
speaking, have better.
In my
cleaner
head,
assholes.
wouldn't it like splash everywhere all over the floor? Because you're pouring it from a great height, aren't you?
No, it's not tea. I'm not making Moroccan tea, bro. No, I keep
Oh my
it close
God,
and I
yeah.
clean my ass. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still okay. So it's maintained in the toilet. Do you do it in the tub or just?
No, in the toilet.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but now I have a bidet.
No,
so
you
I
But
can
don't
he
just
do that.
shit right in the tub.
Yeah, you
That's
should.
how you do it.
I shit in the tub.
Shit in the tub.
And yeah, the fatter you get, the bigger toilet I guess you need. And one day you just shit in the tub. Hey guys, look at this car. Look at this. Oh my god. I can't believe
wow.
this is still fashionable. Like modifying Honda
Yeah,
Civics.
it's stupid.
bet
This
it's
used to
called
be
Lightning
in fashion
McQueen.
like 20 years ago.
you ever sit down on a toilet and the seat's not down? You don't realize, and you've got to go half in for a bit. You're
Yeah.
like, whoa, and it really
Yeah.
throws you off.
Yeah,
When I was
harrowing.
younger, I used to enjoy sitting on the porcelain.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why is
cold.
Anything that brings more sensation to the buttocks.
Yeah. Like I like like the spreading action. It made you shit better.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I thought I was a young man.
Sure, yeah. I kind of got used to squatting there. I was living in a country that didn't have that for a while. And not only is it great for your calves and quads,
It's more natural.
you get used to it, and then
Yeah.
you got the cool breeze kind of thing going on. Although it stinks in there a little bit, so you don't want to hang out too long.
Yeah, there's no modern Turkish toilets. It's always going to be a hole. They never updated the design.
Right.
Where like you have the water, like the reason why our washrooms don't stink is because you have a water barrier.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
The Turkish toilets, they haven't perfected that technology. They just added a seat and the
Well,
seat.
why don't you call them up and say, enough of the revolution and get down to business, boys. Get some water in your toilets before you try to overthrow whoever
what are
whoever
your
that guy is.
priorities?
If you enjoy shitting squatting, then I recommend buying a squatty potty. I have that too. It's great.
Oh yeah, like
I've never
elevates
seen
your
that.
feet.
Well, I don't prefer it to sitting.
No, but
I
you
just
sit
mean
down,
get
but
used to
it raises your legs,
Right?
so it gives you that
Oh.
position of squatting, and then
And all of a sudden, I don't need knee replacement come 48.
Yeah.
Right.
What's the next big toilet like accessory? you
I've
think
been researching it.
Really?
It's like the toilet I have, the bidet, is you have to add it to an actual toilet. The next toilets is all incorporated.
It's all
So
just
it
bidet.
just looks
Wow.
like a regular toilet.
Wow.
And it comes with I watched a few videos. I have a lot of free time. It cleans itself. So it has
Self-cleaning
like
toilets?
antibacterial, ozone,
Even
whatever.
on the rim?
Yeah, everything. Well, I guess the rim you still have to wipe it after you take a piss
okay,
or
yeah, that
whatever.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You got an $800
Self-closing.
bidet and we're not getting paid for this podcast? What's going on?
That's my
Hey, we're
only
getting a mug,
expense.
Quinn.
Yeah, we're getting a
mug.
plain mugs.
Okay.
Look at my car.
that I'm just going to fill with stuff that makes me have diarrhea? Jeez,
Look at
Louise.
Quinn's
this
gonna take
car.
a shit in the mug.
Yeah, holy
Yes, out of spite.
So, you must be familiar with Tushy, no?
What's that again?
It's like I don't know, but it's in the toilet. It's like a bidet, I think.
That's what Gabe has.
That's the one I have. I have the old third world one where it's just a pipe that shoots water and it's cold.
But it's like
It's
but
freezing.
it's Canadian winter water.
It's a
know.
little
shooting
water
up your-
gun that you have like a button you press and it goes up your
so it's no
ass.
good.
Well, mine is just like it's like a volume dial. It goes and it goes. It
So you
shoots
just
really
max
hard.
it out and hang out in there for a bit.
Yeah, and now it's clean and cold, and so it's but it's
the only
fine.
thing that bothers me is the cold. It's like the
Yeah.
cold water up
So
your
yours
butt.
is warm? It's got what, a heater, a little side
Yeah.
heater?
It has a
water heater?
continuous water heater, so basically
for
I
the
never
love
ran
of
out of
God.
hot water.
Huh.
Jesus.
So what are you gonna do in the apocalypse when like you have no running
Yeah.
water?
Kill
no
myself.
bidet?
Is that
You
your
gonna kill
engineer
yourself?
money? Like,
Yeah.
how do you how are you operating a second hot water tank?
It doesn't. It's in the bidet. That's the thing.
No,
It's
of
in the
course.
thing. It has a continuous water
Some sort of
heater.
thermal
Yeah.
radiator,
But sure. Yeah, you could call it that way. But basically, just water goes through like a
some sort of hot water coil.
exactly, and it just
Sure.
so there's a continuous water stream of hot
Yeah,
water.
I'm still literally trying to fix my toilet. The flap gets caught.
Well, you have to buy an industrial one, dude, because you have you're literally running a business.
Yeah.
So you can't have a home toilet.
Do you know how many toilets I've been through?
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
get
you
an
have?
industrial
Oh,
one.
buddies, like I'm talking upper deck, of course. The bowls are
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's been about 15 times. I go to
Jesus.
I go into Rona and the guy goes, "Quinn, how are you?" The guy in the plumbing
No
section.
way.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah,
Toilet
exactly.
tab.
How much is the toilet?
Well, those parts aren't expensive,
Yeah.
but it's not they're not meant for like 105 flushes a day.
Yeah, exactly. He's running a business.
Dude,
And
man.
he's using the one that we use once a week. You know what
So many times have I okay, I'm on next, and that's when for some reason you get diarrhea. The
Yeah.
moment you're about to go on next, you're like, oh no! And so I hear my name, and I'm like, no!
I mean? Didn't you once shat your pants at the art loft?
I didn't. I didn't shit
Do
my
tell.
pants.
Oh, wow.
I
please.
didn't shit my pants.
Almost
so
though.
this was like I don't know a few years ago before the pandemic, and I had this so bad. My stomach was killing me. I took a big whatever, and
You know, whatever.
I don't know if you can gather by what we've been talking about, but I think the hip crowd knows what we mean.
so I you
Our
know.
more astute listeners should be able to pick up what he's referring to.
You guys ran out of toilet paper, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And like, what am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna? I can't. And I'm literally on next. And this is when the art loft was like 180 people.
Still is.
And like,
Yeah, vouch.
What are you doing? Are you trying to
no, it's
tell the
so
whole world, all 75 listeners, that the numbers have dropped off?
great.
Come on,
Dude,
man.
it's so funny. And like it was so intense. Like it was humid in there. Like the lighting, it was so hot in there. The lighting was like all purple in my head, And I ran on stage with fucking shit still in my ass. And I had like the set of my. I don't think I've ever had a better set in my life. And I ran to the A&W down the road right after it.
And had a burger.
Yeah, I had a burger and I forgot about it.
I forgot about the shit.
You
Yeah.
forgot about it and started eating.
I started eating.
Wow.
I went home.
I am hungry.
I'm like, what am I even doing here? But yeah, that was a fun day.
Lauren,
That's the
is
magic
there any
thing.
shit story you'd like to share with us? I want
Oh,
you
God.
to feel included in the conversation.
No, I'm better than all of you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Maybe I'll have one tonight. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could take a big shit in Ottawa.
Well, a lot of women have told me that they have like period stories. They're
Oh
like,
yeah, it's a little bit of a double whammy down
What a
there
segue.
once a month. Yeah, I don't think the listeners need to know all about that, but I can vouch.
Listen, if
It's
they
it gets
enjoy
a little
our
messy
shit
down there.
stories, is it worse than Gabe not wiping his ass after diarrhea and performing
Oh,
on
jeez.
stage?
All right.
I don't have a bidet. I keep baby wipes beside my
that's not
toilet
bad.
because I'm
I think baby
an
wipes
adult
are the.
with baby wipes.
But do you flush them?
Oh no, you're not supposed to. I'd be like Quinn. I'd be going through like 15 toilets just in my regular house.
a lot of people flush them because it says flushable.
Yeah.
I think like
No,
when
they can't read. It says not flushable.
Like even the
called
flushable ones are not
illiteracy.
flushable.
Yeah.
Even the flushable one, it's a lie. It's like
Yeah.
when we were young, they said cigarettes are good for your health,
Yeah.
and everyone
Yeah.
believed them. I think that's the lie of the Gen Zs, is like saying that baby wipes are flushable,
Yeah.
but they're not flushable. It's like the next big lie.
Oh, I have a gross story. When I was like 15, I shared a basement bedroom with my sister, and we had a bathroom in our bedroom.
You had a bit of what?
We had a bathroom in our bedroom, and I was like super lazy, didn't want to go upstairs and get toilet paper. I had like paper towel, and then we used that for like 6 weeks, and then it overflowed, and it was disgusting. And I think my dad almost murdered me. I think I almost died that time.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once.
that's my exciting story.
Okay, how about this is the last shoot story? Because this is like, it can be like 15
I
more
think
Come on,
the
it's
full
only been
podcast, no.
16 minutes and 40 seconds.
Guys.
guys.
It's so
We
much.
can do another
thought you said
full
your listeners were
45
cool.
minutes.
Whatever. Basically, my story was exactly like Lauren's story.
That's it.
I'm not gonna tell. Yeah, but I'm calling my
Copy paste.
at my grandma's house, and the shit went all over the floor, and my grandma had to clean it up. And for some reason, I started laughing, and my uncle almost strangled me. He's like, "What are you laughing at?
It's
Your
not funny.
grandma.
It's-
Your shit is everywhere, and you laugh." Sounds like your dad.
Your dad and my dad sound exactly, or every man from the Mediterranean
Yeah.
sound and looks the same.
Yeah.
I have when I was young, so during the war in Lebanon, we didn't go out much because the war, and there was nothing much to do. But I remember once, I don't know who, like maybe a cousin or something, they took me to a theme park.
Okay.
And I went to imagine a
This
shitty
war sounds awful.
a theme park in war-torn Lebanon. It was just shitty. Like the machines were making weird sounds that you don't trust the ball bearings or anything. But basically, you go, you eat sugar. Like this is the only fun you have.
There's sugar.
Yeah, with like cotton candy,
Oh,
whatever.
oh.
Dipped apple, dipped grenade and sugar cane or whatever.
Okay.
And I remember I went to the public washroom and I walk in and there was a long shit on the floor.
Oh.
Like some images are burnt in your head.
Yeah.
I remember seeing just a long, perfect, like the guy has been eating a lot of fiber. Like he didn't shit in the toilet bowl, he just shat on the floor.
Wow.
Just a long,
Wow.
I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna see that again, hopefully.
In the music festival that I go to every year, Glastonbury,
Disgusting.
there's these things called the long drops, where like it's like a metal fence that's like, it's not like one of those see-through fences. It's like just a metal door and a huge hole with a giant and everyone is like shitting in the same hole but in different like stalls. And apparently one year a lady dropped her phone in there, and then she tried to get in there, and it's crazy, dude. It's like it's so much shit and piss. It's just everything. And so she's in there looking for crawling, and then she couldn't get out. And there's a picture of her. She's the long drop lady.
Oh god.
Yeah. And I'm going again in June.
She's
Very
gonna be
excited. She's gonna be there. She's still in there.
Apparently, I remember I saw it. I don't know if I imagined it. Hopefully I didn't imagine it. But there was a story about a guy who was hiding in those like chemical toilets, just waiting for people to shit on him.
Oh, jeez.
He was just hiding in the toilet. That was his fetish.
You dreamt it?
I hope not. I hope I
There's
didn't
like
dream it.
clubs in Berlin where you can. There's like
Yeah,
holes
isn't
in
there
the
like
floor
a
and
cool
shit.
club in Berlin
Yeah.
that no one is allowed to go to? Well, I have a feeling
Berghain, the
Quinn has been there.
Berghain.
Quinn, have you been there?
Been there?
No, but
Because they only allow like
What
really
part
cool.
of the club?
They only
have you
allow
been
really
in?
cool. Yes,
Under
it's
the
true.
grate or over?
They only allow it's up to the bouncer, and there's no rhyme or reason. It's just if he likes the cut of your jib or not.
Ah,
You don't have to
that's
be
cool.
attractive. You don't. I mean, it helps, but I went to one rave once when I was there. Cops.
No, you guys are okay. Me, I'm not okay. All right,
You think do they have telescopes or
they have telescopes.
do they have like how can
You
they?
think how they can?
They have telescopes.
I mean, how do they see us? Like, could they see us? I guess with their eyes.
All that guy's looking at is the speedometer
The
thing.
speed
and phone.
Speed and phone. So yeah.
He's looking at his own phone right now. I guarantee that. And then
Yeah.
the
Texting
speedometer
his
thing goes
wife.
beep beep, so he doesn't have to look at it the whole time.
Yeah.
That's my hunch. I've only ever been in the back seat, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's this.
So, yeah.
I go to this rave one time, and because I had nowhere to stay, and it was like €10 to get in, and so there was like a big ball pit, and I went and buried myself in the balls and just slept for like 12 hours.
Whoa!
So my whole rave was literally the opposite of a rave. I just went and got some sleep.
But you needed the sleep, right?
Oh yeah, the guy woke me up because they close at like 1 in the afternoon, right? He wakes me up, he's like, "Bro, you all right?" He thought I OD'd or something. I said, "No, thanks, man. Cheapest hostel in the city."
That's
I left.
Oh man, that's
Never
awesome.
cared much for techno.
And you're able to sleep through the music and the.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I hadn't slept in like 2 days, so.
Oh, okay.
The drugs help too.
Every time I speak with Quinn, they're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't slept in 2 days. I had sex with a 50-year-old in Westmount." It's all of those crazy stories. He never sleeps. He sleeps once a week.
I'm all night, man, baby.
Are you on the MILF game now?
Who isn't on the MILF game now?
Oh yeah, it's funny. When I was young, 20s, they were MILFs, and now they're just me.
Yeah.
I'm a MILF.
Well, I'm a little upset because sometimes when you Google MILF on the porno websites, the girl's like 21, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She's a
Give me some
sleepy-
wrinkles. Give me some cellulite. What is this?
Yeah.
Is MILF like?
This is false categorization.
Does MILF have to be actually a mother, or is it more
has
of like
to be a mother.
it's
I
more
want
of
to
a
see birth
vibe?
certificates in the
Right.
captions or whatever.
See, I
Yeah.
feel like MILF is a state of mind.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah.
can be like a 21-year-old
Yeah, it's
MILF.
like daddy.
Yeah,
Daddy.
mommy,
Yeah.
MILF.
Yeah, but don't you
It's
think
more
it
of an
probably helps
attitude.
the lady if the guy is like 45 and not 20, going like, "Hey, do you like that? It's me, Daddy." Does that feel
No,
good?
I think it's attitude.
It's attitude.
It's attitude.
Yeah, maybe.
You said you were in the back of a police car. What are you a?
One of the many times.
I've only
a
been in the
bad
back
boy.
like twice,
Damn.
and it was both for very small, minor things.
Yeah.
I think you told me once you snuck in like a Dave Matthews Band.
Dave, man, I snuck in the Tragically Hip's final
Tragically
concert.
hip, whatever. For me, they're both the same.
That's
Okay,
kind of
well.
hard
Wow,
to say.
that's controversial.
That's
actually.
really
That's
controversial.
very controversial.
Among the white community. That's
I remember
very-
I called
yeah,
the
among
singer
the white community.
Gordie Howe
Jesus.
and Mike Patterson. I was doing a show with Mike Patterson.
Yeah.
And I called the
It's
singer.
Gord Downey.
I called him Gordie Howe, and he's like, "What?" It was like super Mike Patterson angry at me. He's like, "Bro, they're Canadian, bro."
Gordie Howe. Who's Gordie
Gordie
Howe?
Howe
though?
is a famous hockey player.
Okay.
He played
Oh,
for the
but-
Detroit Red Wings for many years.
Gordie.
Won many Stanley Cups.
Man, I saw like an interview with Gord Downey. Is that his name? Gordie
Gord
Downey.
Downey.
Downey syndrome.
Okay. It was like his last interview he did with Peter Mansbridge. Remember Peter Mansbridge?
Yeah.
Like
Peter
Yes.
Mansbridge, yes.
CBC.
The final days of CBC's glory, yes.
Yeah. He was like the most serious, stone-faced guy ever. But in this interview, Peter Mansbridge was all like happy to see his friend Gord Downey, and he was talking about like how he can't remember things anymore, and he has to like he wrote on his hand Peter because he couldn't remember his name.
Oh.
And I was like, damn man, I hope I don't like getting a brain tumor would be really bad, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? It'd be really bad.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be bad?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listeing to another episode of Who Was
Hope it doesn't happen.
So
I would-
it was really bad. It always is really bad, but that's what made it so cool. Is he announces, "Look, I'm terminally ill. We'll do
Yeah.
10 more shows." So
Yeah.
even he had to have a teleprompter for the lyrics. It's quite moving.
If you knew you were like terminally ill, and you had like 2 months to live, would you continue doing comedy?
Of course.
Well,
Really?
First thing I do is go to Amer's house and go, "Can I use the bathroom?"
Give me that bidet.
Who wants it in my will, guys? Who wants to have my
So
bidet in
funny.
my will?
Yes.
Damn. Continue. I guess I would do like a show, but I would do one last show, and then
Yeah, honestly, I would go to a show in every city that I like.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
guess
fuck it,
so.
I'll just charge all my credit cards and line
Yeah,
credit and
yeah.
just.
Do credit cards know you're dying? Like,
No, I don't think so.
No, huh?
No.
But then it goes to your.
They don't even know you don't actually have the money.
Yeah, if you pay like $5 a month, you're
Yeah,
fine.
that is a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. If you know you're gonna die, you should. Unless, hopefully, you don't get better, and then you have to pay your credit card bills.
Oh no.
If I was gonna die, I would want to do like a big celebrity roast, but it would just be like every open micer in Montreal
Yeah,
doing
nice.
like, the
Gotham
worst roast ever. And it would be at Barfly.
Oh yeah.
That would be my death
That'd be
wish.
nice.
We are highly low on batteries here,
Oh yeah.
so thing is flashing.
At least we got all the shit stuff though.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Unfortunately for the audience at home, we didn't have time to move on, but
Let's see.
Joey Elias is a huge fan of that. What's the name of the
Tragically Hip, yeah.
He's seen them like 30-something times. He's friends with the band.
yeah.
He got to perform in front of them. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Imagine, who's your favorite band?
Tragically
Quinn?
Hip.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So imagine you become friends with them, and then you perform in front of them.
Wow.
Well, this was before I was doing stand-up comedy, but that was the idea. I wanted to meet them, before it all ended. Didn't.
Well, you met Jungle, which is fucking
Instead,
awesome,
I met the
bro.
long arm of the law. Yeah, Jungle's all right. Those guys are pretty cool.
Gabe is a big fan.
I saw them once. I'm not a big
No?
fan. No, I like them. They're pretty good.
I don't know anything about them. My
Yeah,
roommate
so-
Alex was supposed to go, and then he couldn't. So he gave me a ticket, and then I was supposed to interview them, but I had no info. Like I had their Wikipedia page out in front of them, unbeknownst to them, before I even went up to say hello. And I'm like, "Who's Paul? Who's John?" Anyways, they were very gracious because it came out pretty early on. Like I did my best to fake it. Like
funny.
felt like I was doing a book report again in school. I was like, "So you're what? How many albums do you have now?
You're
Is it 3
Gord
or
Downie.
4?" And he's like, "It's free albums." And I was like, "That's what third one, eh? That's got to be what different?" Like I'm just like trying any like open-ended questions, and I'm like, "And you're on the guitars?" He's like, "Keys, Mike, keys." And I was like, "Yeah." And you guys, well, you switch it up, right? The instruments. He's like, "No." And I was like, then at some point he realized like, you have no idea who I am.
And yet again, he had access to them. Isn't that crazy?
But
Well, you just wait out, like you just do. You always can just wait at a back door of any.
Well, I
place.
tried waiting for Louis C.K. back in the day, like behind, and he never. I think he just ran out the door the moment his show finished. I didn't even.
Where was the show?
Metropolis. This was like 2012.
So you went to the back door of Metropolis?
Yeah.
Were you alone?
I was with Peter,
Yeah.
and then we like.
Hard. Hey, both of you.
Yeah, we were excited,
If you got the party started, you were already fucking giving her,
and
jerking up.
Yeah, he wasn't doing any of that. I didn't see any of that shit.
I was a little disappointed when we all went to see him and he didn't jerk off. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, did you go? Wait,
Yeah, I
no,
went.
you went with Michelle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
went
day
with
after.
They
Michelle.
didn't go with us.
And Emmett.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
If it does die, I think I have batteries in mine, and I can plug in.
cool. Yeah.
I
Swap the
can plug.
plugs?
I can plug
Yeah,
this.
well, wait till it dies.
yeah,
and
wait
then,
till it dies. Let me know when it
We'll,
dies.
we'll fully
and
drain
then-
it.
and then we'll switch over. And I have batteries in mine. I'm pretty sure.
Lauren, who's your comedic inspiration? Like, who's the one who got you into comedy?
My
Who's your
favorite
prophet?
comedian is Maria Bamford. I love her so much.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
I actually
great.
I was introduced to her through like my favorite drag queen showed me Maria Bamford, and then that was when I was about 18. That's kind of when I started writing little jokes and thinking, oh, I'm interested in doing this, and yeah, she's like silly, smart, and kind of fucked up, which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the one where she talks about. I don't know if it was released as an album, but like she recorded it and then she where she talks about getting cancer.
Oh no, that's Tig Notaro.
that's Tig.
Oops,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, Maria Bamford. She does a lot
Oh, I
of like
suppose
voice
all
acting
women
and stuff.
comedians
Yeah.
are the same to you, huh?
No, but they all get breast cancer.
Tig Notaro is also great. Hey, if we live long enough, we all get breast cancer. You might even
Hey,
too.
I
Yeah.
might. I was about to say my titties
Yeah.
are starting to.
How
Yeah.
much yogurt do you eat? You
They're a
might
bit
get little
sore.
bit.
Does
Yeah.
yogurt give you
Yeah.
cancer?
Yeah. Greek
No,
yogurt?
just it's like I don't even fucking know. It's like
Come on, you're our
antibiotics and
medical
stuff,
correspondent.
dairy. I don't. I didn't know I was. Yeah, my mom was a nurse. Yeah.
Oh,
No, so
nice.
I saw her at JFL this year, and
Yeah, she has a like a
yeah,
very.
she kind of has a lot of different voices. Her
Yeah,
main
yeah.
voice is very like high, and
I've never seen you on stage. Are you like her?
oh no, I just love her. She's very theatrical, and I feel like I'm more kind of, I'm trying to be more like, not so deadpan.
Why?
But well, I don't know. It depends on the joke. I'm finding, so I started comedy like 7 months ago, and I found that even jokes that I was telling 6 months ago or something, I can get a lot more laughs out of them just by being able to deliver it better. So I feel like half of comedy is what you write, half of it is how you say it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I
It's
saw
sound
her
effect-
live. Maria
Amer's
Bamford
sound
live, and
effects
she's
are
wonderful.
like.
Sound effects.
He goes.
Yeah, like the elbow. You don't need
pretty-
jokes are not a prerequisite for comedy.
No.
It's just sound effects.
No.
That's
I
all
don't
I
need
do. I
any of
just
that.
go on stage, I say the N-word, and I go pew pew pew, and then I'm
Very
like,
successful.
so funny.
Very
Well,
successful.
back to Louis. He really believes that that comedy is predominantly tonal.
Tonal.
He really believes that, and when you see him, especially, you kind of like I see it because he is so about the kind of the
Can
voices.
you develop it a little
Yeah.
bit? I don't fully get that word.
Like it's all about the tone of your voice and the
Yeah,
pitch
he-
of how you're like. So much of it is like in your delivery is like how you.
Give me an example of different tones, like the same sentence. Like I ate
I don't know. Like
I ate chicken at the restaurant.
Like he'll do his like chick voice. It's like
Yeah.
don't do that or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Suck a
one.
bag of dicks.
Suck a bag of dicks. He's got
Yeah.
all these different like
Mm.
the inflection.
Yeah, I like
Me
inflection.
and Lauren and Gabe get it.
I like.
Yeah, my English is not my.
I like inflection.
You've been here your entire life, pal.
I know, but I didn't get like. Like
I'll believe it's Warren.
if I talk like this, It's funny. People are telling me like they don't believe that I used to be an engineer. There's a new conspiracy theory.
Really?
Someone brought like, Amer, you weren't really an engineer. Like, no, I was. I'm like, yeah, but you never talk about it. Oh, we lost power.
I'll make the switch. Is it cool if I make the switch, Gabe? Yeah, it's rolling.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, guys. Hi.
So in the intermittent period there, where we had a tremendous amount of technical difficulties for a guys, what podcast are we on, guys?
Yeah, Gabe. Honestly.
We ran out of battery. I didn't know we were gonna run out of batteries.
I didn't know on a 2-hour fucking drive we'd run out of AA batteries. These guys. And in that time, we discussed the fact that Lauren and I are both from Lindsay, Ontario, which is
Oh, you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, we knew that.
Yeah, we knew that. Did you guys know that?
We discovered as in the audience discovered.
Yes.
What
on this journey at Bonne Nuit.
You guys discovered.
We're bringing them up to speed, Gabe.
What pushes people to live in small cities? Because I've always lived in like the capital or like the big city of a country.
Yeah.
What pushes people to move and live in like those tiny neighborhoods or tiny cities?
I think some people romanticize it, but a lot of people, it's either you grow up there and you stay there, or you grow up there, you move somewhere else, and then you come back. That's what my parents did. Like my mom's lived in Windsor and Toronto when she was younger, but she came back eventually. What about you, Quinn?
Well, you see out there, we have a thing called land, and you don't know the value of land until you don't have it anymore. I no longer own any land, but for my entire 0 to 18, I did. And it gives you a different sense of the world. You're like, wow, this is all mine as far as I can see. That's amazing. Because I grew up on a farm.
And yet again, you travel. You're like one of the most traveled person I've met in my life, Quinn.
I traveled, yes, but I like the sea turtle. I will return home one day.
Yeah?
Probably.
You go back to Lindsay?
I don't know, but like I'll go back to be somewhere rural.
Where is he going to write his manifesto to explode the parliament?
I actually am pro-government, small as possible, but we need them.
I like that people like Quinn exist in my life.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like a rebel, but on the right. You know what I mean?
A rebel on the... That's a lot of people, though, too.
Oh. How many people do you know that are rebels on the right?
Ben Shapiro.
Quinn gives me like hippie in the 70s vibes, but like
Yeah.
living in Montreal in 2023. I don't know.
I have access to that mind, you know?
I feel like people associate being like libertarian or like that kind of thing with right wing, but I don't know, like the left wing version of that is anarchism, and I feel like I kind of fall more along that.
Yeah, and I like the fact that I have access to that mind. I like
Yeah.
diversity in the mind.
Too bad we never leave our houses, though.
People have this idea that like
No,
people from
I
small
always said that,
towns,
asshole.
That's true.
I don't know that one.
we're learning each other. I feel like people have this idea that people from small towns are like closed-minded or don't think for themselves, but I think if you talk to them, a lot of people have interesting stories.
Last week I did shows in Ottawa, but like not in Ottawa, but like 40 minutes from Ottawa in Carleton Place, and I did a joke about white people, and they're like, no, you're not allowed to make that joke.
That's like Ottawa though. I feel like Ottawa's pretty big city.
It felt
pretty lefty.
very farmish because there was like barns, trailer park, barns. So I was
Maybe they felt it was a little like,
I said
not a
white
hot
people are
take,
shit.
you know?
No, no. Well, you know my joke about Asian babies are the cutest babies, and then I say white babies look like chicken that haven't defrosted yet, and they did not like that joke. Like,
Chickens that haven't defrosted yet, like the breast or like the whole thing.
Maybe that's what they thought. They thought like in terms of
'Cause
farmers.
they know chickens.
Yeah, they're like,
They
whoa,
said
what's this about chickens? What
That
is
doesn't
it?
add up.
Chicken feet, chicken breast, chicken.
I say I can
Bu-
chicken breasts that haven't defrosted. A white
Right.
baby looks like a chicken breast.
It's funny. Whenever I think of that joke, for some reason I think of a newborn baby chicken. That's like, I think of that. I don't.
That's why people are laughing. I
They're
have
thinking,
no
yes,
idea.
a newborn chicken is a yellow, fluffy,
Yeah, I know, they're so
lovable
cute.
thing.
No. The moment they're born, though, they're like pink and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos of like birds being born. It's my favorite thing.
I watch bidets. You watch babies being. You have a weird porn.
Bird babies being born.
You watch bird porn?
It's not. They don't come out of like vaginas. They come out of eggs. So there's nothing sexual about it.
Hey, whatever turns you on, man. It's all good. I ain't judging.
Gabe, if you like, I don't know much about furries, but they're like weirdos that dress up and.
Yeah.
Would you ever be interested in dressing up as a bird and having maybe your girlfriend dress up as a bird and
I think Halloween.
maybe like
That's
get in a
the
cage
only-
or something?
She's the egg. You're the bird. See who comes first.
I never had the. I never had the desire to ever dress up.
Which one are you?
I'm the egg?
The egg comes first then. We've solved it. We settled that age-old question.
Dude, that's so funny. Oh.
Yeah.
We're hitting the road. So yeah, we're doing a show, and I'm hosting. Amer's headlining, and you guys are doing spots. And do you guys know? I don't even know. What? Give me some advice you'd give to a guy that's not used to performing for white people anymore.
Are you telling me?
I'm asking just the audience, the people
You're
here.
white.
I know, but I'm not used to performing for white people anymore.
What is that? What do you mean? Why do you say that?
What do you mean you're not used to
I do like these shows, and everyone's like from.
Is Abba and Preach's show back, or what's happening?
Well, Amer was mainly black people.
Yeah, that was what the implication was.
The hostel is like
Yeah.
people from all over the world.
But it's
They're mostly white.
Yeah,
but-
white from all over the world.
But I'm usually performing for people who are like English is their second language, like almost exclusively. Is what I'm performing for. This is like English is their first language type of thing. Is it like?
Isn't it your first language?
Huh?
Isn't it your first language?
I don't know.
How are you going to pull this off?
Pretend that it's Barfly, but full of public servants.
Okay.
That's all you have to do.
Crowds are amazing. Honestly, you're
Yeah.
gonna have so much fun. They're gonna love you.
I'm gonna make a few cracks at Popeye's
I'm
Chicken.
excited to see Quinn in front of an auto crowd.
Yeah.
Because Quinn comes with a totally different. I used to work there, by the way. That was the company I used to work for before.
The engineering company?
Yeah. You see that satellite structure? That was my office was right over. Fuck, we can't see. But it was one of those front-facing windows above the entrance. That was my. Every time I pass, I'm like, "Fuck you! I made it, bitches." While I was car sharing with other people to pay for gas.
Is this freedom in your head? Is this what freedom is? This freedom?
This is like the first steps of freedom. Yeah.
Wow. Freedom.
When did you quit your job, Amer?
Why?
Yeah, or when did you? Like, what's the story of that?
10 years? 7, 8 years ago?
Wow.
8, 7, yeah, something like that, yeah.
Has it been comedy ever since, or?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I have part-time jobs here and there to
Yeah.
pay for everything.
Yeah, but you get to use your brain for comedy instead of doing math.
I'm slowly
and
killing my
desk.
brain. I should stop.
I feel like comedy is like a big long-term lobotomy. It's just I feel like I get stupider and
You
that's
should
I get
name
better
your
at
first
comedy.
album band.
Yeah,
Long-term
lobotomy. Yeah, Lauren Mallory from Lindsay, Ontario.
Amer did
Yeah.
a huge dose of mushrooms, and then that's what made him.
That's when you knew you had to quit your job?
Yeah, I
Wow.
find mushrooms are a great way to give you the courage to do the things you're afraid to do.
Okay.
Hopefully they're good.
Huh.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen those signs up? Like people are trying to sell mushrooms like out in public. I feel like it's what they're trying
yeah,
to do.
I hang out at the art loft all the time.
Yeah. I think they're doing what they were trying to do with weed a while ago, where like if you just get caught and get in the court system, then eventually it'll kind of get fought up and it'll get legalized.
I think they should legalize it. Even
Yeah.
I'm at that age where I'm like, fuck, just legalize cocaine. I never done it, but I think they should.
I've never
legalize
tried it because I feel like I would like it too much if I did, so I'm not going to.
Ginger ale, that's the secret too.
Ginger ale.
Fucking so. That's my cocaine.
Yeah, ginger
Ah.
ale is like next.
I grew
Yeah.
up with it.
Ginger ale, or like I also like I don't drink Orange Crush. I haven't had that in years. You know, it's the fucking look how awesome this is. It's so good.
I'm so happy I got you this. I'm happy this brought you so much pleasure.
It's okay. I mean, it's good.
I feel like Gabe is your son. Like you've just been giving him instructions on how to do the mic, and you got him Orange Crush. We got in the car, and Amer was like, "Would anyone like a beverage? If it's too hot or cold, let me know. If you need to stop, let me know. I'm just gonna get some lip balm." Yeah.
Everybody wants some lip balm.
5 stars on this Uber.
I used to be an Uber driver.
Really?
Yeah, my
5
resume is
stars.
quite interesting. It's like engineer, structural engineer, aerospace engineer, Uber driver.
Isn't that most immigrants' resume?
Yeah, but I didn't immigrate anywhere. I just
So we have it there. You just admitted you never immigrated from anywhere. The
No, no,
conspiracy theory is true. In other words, for the good guys.
When you used to have that job as an engineer, what's the most decadent thing you purchased? Like the most
$800 bidet.
like the most like
Other than that.
Yeah.
hot Russian girlfriends. Honestly.
Oh really?
God, they're so expensive.
Damn.
Whoa. What do you
Hot-
mean?
What do you mean? What
Short term?
Like, what do you mean what do you
No,
mean?
but in the sense that there was a big expense having a hot girlfriend.
Are you talking about hookahs?
No.
Just like having a girlfriend is expensive.
Like you had to pay her to be your girlfriend, or you
No,
just
but
bought her
it's just a
stuff?
sense like it's they
Where
come
do
with
you
a
meet
certain
them? Where do
lifestyle.
you-
A friend of a friend.
Like he's a pimp or what?
No. She wasn't a prostitute.
Right.
Like having.
But you said hot Russian girlfriends, like
Yeah.
plural.
She had expensive
Um,
taste, though.
They weren't all Russian, but one of them was, and it was like
All
expensive.
Eastern European.
No. There was one Pakistani, one Lebanese.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just that it's
Bringing it back home.
So Amer is an old school guy. He spends a lot of money on dates, a lot of money going out, going big, nice dinners, and that's a normal thing. It's not just a fancy, like once a month thing. This is every date. So that's why Amer is single now, because
You can afford
he doesn't
like 3
want
dates
to.
a year.
He doesn't want to throw all this money at but I don't think women require that much cash like that. I think
dating for me. Like I work so much. You know me, right? I never have fun. When is the last time you heard me have fun?
I don't know. Never.
I never have fun.
No shisha, but I never.
Exactly. You don't want to hang out with me outside of if it's not plugged into a mic. I get it. I work a lot. So for me, having a woman is like it's like hanging out with my friend that I want to fuck. And I don't like cheap dates. I think they're stupid. I don't do that. I can't take a woman to
hang out.
Yeah, okay, but in the dating portion of the dates, dating a girl, you should be like, hey, this is a nice restaurant. We should go. Money shouldn't exist when you're dating. When you're in a relationship, yes,
Disagree.
money becomes an issue. Sorry?
Red flag if money does not. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
No, in the dating, I don't know. For me,
It's nice to have people
It's like that's
want
why
to
they call it
invest,
the
but
honeymoon.
yeah,
We changed the format. Like now, honeymoon is like when you date someone. It used to be your dad bought you a wife, so the honeymoon is like the first 3-4 months where like everything is perfect and nice, and then real life sinks in. And now it's dating. Like you go on dates, you get to know her, but you get to know her in like a very nice, exquisite places.
I guess if let's say Claire like dies of a heart attack or whatever, or like something bad, or like whatever, if she breaks up with me or something, I think that like I'm older now.
Weird.
that's a long preface.
She dies, or I kill her, or she breaks up with me. Like they're same for you. They're all the same.
Yeah.
She gets hit by a missile from China.
Yeah. I'm older, so I'm gonna have to date women like that. Like no woman is gonna want to date like a guy that, hey, let's go to Barfly. You know, a guy named Trevor or whatever. he's pretty funny.
No, but this is
Babe,
you,
come
right?
watch me kill at Barfly.
Yeah. Watch me bomb at Barfly.
There's no bombing at Barfly.
Oh my god, it's brutal. But
It's just fun dates. I like fun.
Yeah.
I like having fun with a girl I like, and I like doing things that are nice. You know, you go to a nice restaurant. You go to a museum. You know, get to have like a nice shisha place. I like fancy places. First of all, I like them.
I think I'm just cheap. I think that's what I'm realizing.
I don't like for some reason I feel so uncomfortable in fancy places. Anytime I go in there, they're like wearing white gloves and they're.
No, we don't belong.
I don't know. Yeah.
You're waiting for a table for like 25 minutes. You're like,
But-
okay, I can take a hint.
Because you have to remember, people who work in these places, we
also
know them.
losers.
Exactly, we
And
know
that's why I
them.
try to explain to them. You're a loser too, you
Yeah,
fucking idiot. Now sit over there.
exactly.
Get the free bread going.
No, but they're us. They're
I
not.
know.
They're exactly like us. So like when I talk to them, I don't talk to them like they're like ooh uppity up.
Actually, they're
Up,
worse
up,
because they are delusioning themselves.
Not
to
all of
thinking
them. You'd be
they're part of
surprised.
the people
you
they
can see in
serve.
the eyes who are like.
No, not all of them, of course.
You know, and they're professionals. They got these paid jobs.
You got to
they're-
read Down and Out in Paris and London, George Orwell's memoir of working in kitchens during the Great Depression. And
That sounds fucking
it's
nice.
crazy how he's writing this in like I think the book was published in like 1931. Nothing has changed. The manager is trying to fuck the waitresses shit on the cooks, the cook shit on the dishwasher, the customers, the exchanges. Brilliantly written.
That's awesome, man.
The idea. I hang out now way more in bars, and I guess you too, right? Because we do shows, so we're always
We're
in
lonely
bars.
and we're sad.
Sorry,
Nothing.
what do you say?
Only we're sad.
We're only that. That's for sure. But like, and it's just funny. I find that as a humanity, everywhere you go in the world, you open a restaurant. You're like, okay, let's get all the hot people, and they're gonna be our servants. And then we'll get the ugly people, and then we'll make them work in the back. Like it's crazy how everywhere you go in the world, the hot people are always the ones serving you. They're your servants.
Of course, yeah.
And they get all the money.
And they get all the
They get all the
They
money.
get all the money.
because you get to be served by hot people. Like, all right, this is my salary for being hot and talking to you.
What's crazier still is that you still a little part of you when they smile or are flirtatious, your waiter, your waitress, a little part of you still
believes it, yeah.
is also disillusioned to be like, hey, maybe I'm special. Maybe something's going on here. They're not working on tips. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe I got that one stripper who really does, you know?
She loves
That's
me.
why it works. Because we need the illusion.
We need the illusion.
Quinn and I worked together
We
very
did, we
briefly.
did. Hey,
Yeah.
remember that?
Very briefly at a bar.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah. He worked in the kitchen. I was the busboy.
Yeah.
And
I said, get over here, boss boy.
yeah.
This fish and chips are ready.
It was all right. Like, you weren't there that long. You were there for like 3 weeks.
6 weeks, yeah.
Oh, 6 weeks. Yeah, you seemed pretty miserable the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
You were the busboy and he was the.
Yeah, the I guess you were a line cook or something.
I was a
or?
line cook, yeah.
Okay. Was that the bar that we don't say its name?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, really? Can I say it?
No, because he shits on it, and I go there all the time, and I sometimes work there all the time, and I don't want him to shit on a place.
Oh, but the thing is, it's a chain, so you have to say, I'm shitting on a separate location, sir.
No, let's not. Just keep going. Tell me, give me a story about you working with Quinn.
Do you have any? I don't even remember.
Not
We weren't really.
We didn't know each other that well.
Not at all.
time.
I heard you did the comedy. I was like, no way. I think I just basically started, and then
Yeah.
and I found out you did the show with, I'll bleep his name.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, and then so I was like, this guy's phony, but this guy's full of shit. and then I found out, no, Quinn's actually cool. He's nothing like that guy. I'm like, oh, okay.
You name a guy, you won't name the fucking chain restaurant.
I'm gonna bleep.
Your priorities are out
I'm
of
gonna
whack.
bleep the name. And honestly, I like the guy. I like the guy. No, he's. Yeah, he's never gonna watch it. He's too depressed to watch podcast.
Yeah, depressed people don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. He's sad. That's funny.
You know who else worked there? Mike Mayo.
Oh,
Really?
He was a little bit of a psycho. Yeah. He. I don't know. It was a brief moment. Both
He
the
probably listens to the podcast though.
Yeah, he's nice. He's a great guy.
Gabe has burned so many bridges on this podcast. It's crazy.
Really?
People have called him out like, "Hey, man, why did you say that about me?" Because Gabe will always like, "Yeah, he's a nice guy." Like, he'll talk to someone as if he's a friend, and then he'll shit on him on the podcast. And then he's like, "Hey, why did you say that about me?" And then he has to like apologize and say,
I don't actually mean it. I don't actually like when I say these things.
"You don't mean both ends."
Yeah.
The good, and you don't mean.
No, I don't. I had nothing. I
just fake.
I say the thing. It sounds fun, right?
Do you guys have like official beef with any other podcasts or?
No, we should have
You
a
should
beef
start some for clout.
There's no podcast.
Yeah,
The
get
only-
a little East Coast, West Coast thing going on the podcast. Right?
like who? Pantelis? Pantelis doesn't. I don't think he'd give a shit. He wouldn't have a beef like a fake, like like a podcast beef.
No, why would I shit on? He got me a JFL audition. I owe him the world.
like they have these fake beefs that people.
Yeah.
And then they elevate their podcast, like
Right, it's like the rappers.
like-
Brendan Schwab and Bobby Lee, all this shit.
Like Tupac and Biggie, you mean, kind of
it's
thing?
all like fake shit, But,
Well, the men and women apparently there's a big there's a big divide in the scene.
Really?
I heard.
the men and women.
I'm just trying to stir because we have a woman
In
on the
comedy?
podcast. Like, let's get to see the.
That sounds like something you just heard.
Is there what are the?
That sounds like you just heard that.
What are the women
In the podcast?
Sorry.
What are the women podcasts?
No, not podcast, but like
Oh.
the comedians, men and women, they seem to be butting heads.
I think that's in your head, Amer. I think it's all in your head.
We're starting to.
Are you trying to start podcast
we're-
beef? You guys should start podcast beef with Trevor. Trevor's Pad the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Start fighting with Trevor.
Trevor's pad is shit podcast. It's
Nazi. I'm calling it.
Oh no.
Trevor is a racist Nazi.
He'll hate
he's
that.
a Nazi. And he only
On his
perform-
birthday.
He only performs for Nazis. That's it.
No comment.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we love Trevor.
I don't want. That's not the type of attention I want this podcast to get. The attention I want this podcast to get is us saying fake facts and people calling us on our bullshit in the comments.
It's bad. Goddamn. So are we on time? You think?
I don't have the GPS on.
We're leaving Oka now. Is that close to Ottawa?
We're about to. We're not in Ontario yet.
Okay.
Can the bike pick me up from here? No, huh?
Yeah.
You guys know about the Oka crisis?
Oh, that was a
Very
crazy
little.
story.
I don't know if you want to get into that on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Listen,
That's
come on. Listen by Quinn. Go ahead, Quinn. Tell the world what happened.
Well, for the folks at home, basically, the federal, or I guess the provincial government, perhaps the federal as well, was expanding a golf course in Oka territory. Oka are some native people. And they said, no, you already said you weren't going to do this back in the 50s, or like that was a long time ago. Now it's the 70s. They got another little chunk. And then I think around 88, 89, they go, we're going to take that last little chunk too. And the Oka gang said, no.
Wow.
I think it was also on like a burial ground. It was like very disrespectful. Yeah.
Also, yes, sorry. Anyways, they took him to task. Guns ablazing. It went on for about 3 days. I think close to 20 people shot. Tanks are hiding out in abandoned cars. The federal government was actually scared shitless. They didn't know what to do. Anyways, it was retrospect pretty sick.
And it was what, like 97?
No, it was earlier. It was like late 80s, early 90s.
No, I remember I was in Canada, so it was like 94 maybe?
Allegedly.
Yeah, and I just arrived to Canada. So
I'll
I remember
Google
like, oh my god, I'm like, white people and natives are still fighting like in the movies? Like they never stopped. Cowboys and Indians are still fighting.
Yeah, I'm reading this book about Native Americans, like in around like during the frontier.
Lucky Luke, I don't know if you guys heard about it.
What's that?
You know Lucky Luke?
No. I don't know Lucky Luke. And apparently the Comanches, they're really... But this is... We talked about this on the last podcast. We're going to talk about it twice. Whatever. Apparently they're a bunch of jerks.
What, the Comanches are a bunch of jerks?
Well, and the Americans all fighting together. We talked about in the last podcast. We don't have to bring it up again.
Well, you know what was crazy? I was reading about the Civil War the other day.
Yeah.
And apparently there were a lot of native tribes in this sort of like Oklahoma, Louisiana, Deep South territory. They all owned African slaves. And they were like, whoa, fuck this. Like, the Union's not taking our slaves away. So they fought alongside the Confederates. Now some...
No way!
Some fought, who were native, kind of in the North, were also abolitionists. But I was like, whoa. They don't tell you that little tidbit.
No.
Shit, guy.
Oh, interesting.
Which, in a way, it's like, I guess that means the white people of the South saw natives as higher than blacks, no? Because they weren't enslaving them.
It's like, what is the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Right.
It's just, you're like, okay, let's... No one's perfect. That's what I think people don't seem to understand. No one's perfect.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I just found that interesting. Like, you think they would I would have assumed that the white people of that time in the South would be so racist that they wouldn't allow natives to have, like, they would be like, you're all below us. You know?
Well,
or heck, maybe that's just the way I wish things were.
But what do you call it? Truck? How do you say truck in English? Yeah, like, when the Europeans landed in the Americas, they used to exchange goods between, like, okay, I would give you...
they got along at times.
What's that called? The exchange of barter. So yeah, they continue. If black people were considered property, they just bartered black people for fur or whatever.
I see what you're saying.
But also, like a lot of, like, I don't know which tribes, but whatever. But a lot of them, anytime they would capture anybody during a raid, the people they captured, they wouldn't even think of people as people. They would just turn them into slaves.
Right.
So no matter even if they're white, black,
right.
yellow,
well,
green, or brown.
The indigenous also in Canada practiced slavery amongst each other as tribes after they captured them as like prisoners.
Slavery is like one of the oldest.
It's crazy.
We still have slaves. We just keep them far away from us.
Well, like Libya, man, you can watch slave trades currently on
really?
YouTube.
YouTube.
As long as you put the background to dark, it will do that.
The background.
When you put the YouTube background, it's like it goes black, and it kind of trust me, YouTube algorithm changes once you go dark, dog. I'm not serious, but I have seen a Libya slave trade on YouTube straight up. It was wild from this year.
Sorry, how many followers do they have?
How many followers do they have?
You piqued my interest.
I don't know. I didn't really look at the views or anything.
Is it Jake Paul? But
no, it's crazy how ubiquitous it is, throughout the land, throughout the cultures. Remember Patrice O'Neill's bit about how he was like, this is in progress. I thought I'd have a white slave by now. Remember that bit? That was so good.
That's fucking funny.
He's like, I thought we'd come so far. I don't feel like that. I thought I'd have a white slave by now. Different crowd.
And now we have Asian slaves. That's it.
You mean like people that work for Apple and Nike and whatnot?
Yeah. Lauren, you're very quiet. As a resident white woman, is there anything you would like to add?
I have no comment until the citations are provided for all of this material. So no comment. Slavery's bad.
Oh yeah. We're almost done the
Just for the
podcast
record, I
anyway.
also think
We're almost done at 5 minutes.
We still have like an hour and a half. We're just gonna not.
Oh yeah.
Recording.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. I just don't want my.
Yeah,
shit-
can we get in that for a second? I'm sick and tired of these corporations being all woke when they're using slave labor. Like, how can we never... No one seems to... Like, everyone knows that. No one really ever... Like, they're getting new iPhone every year. Look at my iPhone. You think I talk the talk? A slave hasn't touched this thing in fucking 10 years, buddy. Look how old this thing is. I can't find it now. Anyway, I'll buy another one. Anyway. But you know what I mean? Like, isn't that weird? Like, they'll have a pride flag. They'll have a, like, whatever. And they'll... This month or that month. And then it's like, yeah, but you guys are the worst... arbiters of this behavior. Like, we're not doing anything. The guy that's like, I make minimum wage. I don't, you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like a lot of like social justice politics now, it's been basically co-opted as like branding. It's like watered down, and it's kind of it's kind of just an easy way to get credit for things and not actually have to think very hard about the structure.
AA batteries, maybe
This is my only